it's Kat Dobay. I'm here at Queerfest at the Basement East. Let's check out the show.
If you wanted to, then you would, but you don't, and I can't make you.
Hi, I'm Julia Cannon. I'm from Alaska, and I've been in Nashville since about 2017. I'm like an indie, folky, soul-y, R&B, folky, rocky, whatever artist, and I produce and write my own music.
That's amazing. Well, what's it like to break that glass ceiling and be a female producer? Because it's rough out here. What do you think?
It is hard. There are not a lot of us, and for a good reason, because sometimes the men are mean. And also, it's just like difficult to be the only woman or femme presenting person in a room full of men. There's something like only 3% of music producers are women, and like even less are women of color. And so it's fun. I like to be representation. Hopefully some younger kids can look up and see me and be like, I can do that too.
So introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? Why are you here?
I'm Maseleine Kelson. I am from Chicago, but I've been in Nashville for the past 7 years, like next week. And I'm here because it's Queerfest.
Yeah, so how did growing up queer, how did that influence your writing and your music?
Growing up in Chicago, like everyone was pretty cool with me being gay. It wasn't like a thing. But that changed a lot when I moved to Nashville, and it became like part of the emotional storytelling in my songwriting. But I think the biggest thing has been just finding community here and other queer songwriters and musicians.
Were you surprised to find such a big queer community here in Nashville? Or, I mean, what were you expecting from the South?
Bad things. No, it took me a little while to find a good queer community here, and I feel like now I have some really great friends, and it's become a big part of my life.
That's beautiful. That's wonderful. So introduce yourself and tell us about your band.
My name's Laura. I play in a duo called Skout with my best friend Connor, and we play indie folk rock. Not really. I don't know. We play indie folk with our acoustic guitars, but we do a lot of cool stuff with our fingers. I need to work on the elevator pitch.
do you want to talk about what growing up queer has meant for you and how it led to, like, how does it influence your songwriting and how does it influence your music altogether?
Cool. Yeah, I wouldn't say I like grew up queer because I didn't know I was queer until I was in my mid-20s. But I would say I write a lot of songs about figuring out my identity, and it's definitely played a huge part in that. And the coolest thing about being queer is there are no rules, and you just can make it all up as you go. And I think we do that in our songwriting a lot, like define convention and the rules of songwriting. So I don't know, there's a lot of that I like to do.
That's awesome. Where did you grow up and what was that like?
I grew up in Connecticut. I had a great childhood. No complaints. My parents are cool. I had a good town. I had a good childhood.
So then you just moved here to Nashville like a couple years ago, right? And how's that changed your life?
Dude, Nashville's so cool. I moved here in the pandemic and wanted to take a chance on the music thing. And Connor and I, my bandmate, lived in New York, and we'd done well there, but we knew the best of the best were in Nashville. So it's been cool. I think our songwriting has gotten 10 times better since being here just because the talent is like, it's just insane. Yeah.
This group is known for their electrifying live performances. They also, in 2019, were chosen as an NPR Tiny Desk Judges Pick. They perform everywhere in festivals across the country. They are amazing, they're energetic, and you are going to be very captivated by their performance. Everybody, welcome to the stage, The Collection!
Seems like you're finding your own voice.
Hey, it's Kat Dobey. I'm here with The Collection.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hello.
So they're the headliners tonight. You guys are awesome. You're from North Carolina. Tell us about what does Queerfest mean for you? What does it mean to be queer and an artist?
I gotta hold the mic. I think so much for so many people, like being able to understand their, like to come to the realization that they're queer and understand queerness is like such a personal experience of like self-discovery, and it takes a lot of like actually being able to like view yourself and know yourself and then be able to be honest about it in the face of a lot of people that might not agree. And I think that songwriting can and should often be very similar, like a lot of self-discovery and openness. And so getting to combine the two is, to me, like the perfect little thing, getting to do it here for Queerfest. So I don't know, that's me.
I will say, as a queer person who like their whole life is art, I love seeing other queer people making art. It makes me feel very inspired. So what's been inspiring you guys lately?
I don't know. I got the
You don't
mic
have
on.
any? You don't have anything inspiring you?
I love my hobbies. I'm the kind of person to pick up 2 new hobbies a year and then cycle them through. I've been inspired by tennis recently. It's been fun. Been active. Yeah, it's great. Had a great tennis first date the other day. Yeah.
I didn't know it was a tennis first date.
It was a tennis first date. It's only been 1 day, but I'm talking about the guy a lot.
Yay!
Yeah, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys are in town working on a record. What can I know about that? Where did you record it?
We recorded it here in Nashville with an amazing producer, Jeremy Lutito, and between his studio and his engineer studio. And I don't know, it's the most like musically creative record we've ever done. Like there were so many like instruments and toys and things we just never, like at one point the producer came down and was like asking for tinfoil and chopsticks, and I thought he was going to put his lunch up, but he was actually like wrapping a snare drum in tinfoil and having the drummer play it with chopsticks. So it's like, it's all kind of about mental health and the ups and downs of like trying to survive in modern society, but also like creative and happy and anthemy, I think.
And I mean, do those themes, like, they largely come from being queer, don't you think? Like, how does your identity play into your songwriting?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, just like trying to like be yourself and know yourself in the world, it can be such a big struggle, especially because communities around like may not understand or accept like who we are for various reasons, queerness being one of them. And yeah, I'm definitely somebody who's struggled with my mental health a lot, and so it just tends to come out in the songwriting, especially just trying to find ways to like be hopeful in a world that doesn't always feel super hopeful. So yeah, that's a lot of what came out of it.